Hello everyone, my name's Ron, this is Gunner, welcome to our channel. Today we're running up to, I don't know where we're going. We're in Eagle River now, so we're either going to Land O'Lakes or Phelps, or maybe both, I don't know. Let's just see where the trail takes us. So right now we just crossed the wreck bridge in downtown Eagle River, and we're going to kind of wind our way through here. So we end up using a few of these town roads over here because they have a farmer's market. I can't remember which days, but they have a farmer's market which occupies the trail. And so rather than move the farmer's market, they just had us run some of these local town roads. Which I don't know, I don't think it's a big deal. We still get to use some of the trails, so that's cool. So now we're back and we hop off Mill Street and on the trail again. Huh. So this trail is open and used by ATV UTV year-round. So if you're in Eagle River in the middle of the winter, this trail is open and accessible to you on an ATV or UTV. We're gonna stop here for a second. Hold on. No. Stay, Gunner. We're gonna go ahead and straighten the sign quick. I don't really have anything to mash it down with so that it stays in place, but it's straighter than it was. You're welcome, Landover Trail Boss Gary Jr. See me after class, my dude. So from the trail here, we hop off at this road right here, Airport Road. We want to take a left. So there's no street signs here. I think this is Adams Road. So Gunnar and I started our trip today from, we started out from our home in Arborvita, but you all have seen those trails quite a bit between Arborvita and Eagle River for the sake of easier editing and just, what would I call it? Just more differentiating, I guess, experience for you folks. It's just easier to start from Eagle River, and then we'll run to, like I say, probably Land O'Lakes and the upper Michigan border. You know, for my channel anyway, that's a new experience for you all. And so, boy, look at, I don't know if you can see that, that Subaru. That thing got trashed. At any rate, so I got kind of sidetracked looking at the pancake that was at Forester. So now you can either go down G towards Croker Road. We're gonna keep going straight here. I don't know if you can see it, that's Adams Road. So my last video that I haven't published yet, but really need to, we went to Conover and helped out Landover Trail Boss Gary Jr. with, that's his full name by the way. Legit, the man changed his name to Landover Trail Boss, and his middle name's Gary, and his last name's Jr. I wouldn't kid you, but don't look it up. Anyway, the last time we went to Conover, we took Croker Road and the trails over there. So I wanted to change it up this time. We're going to run Adams Road, which eventually, as you can see, there's a highline system above us. Eventually this turns into a trail, which used to be an old railroad grade, and we'll follow that past Torch Lake in Conover, and then from there we'll decide what trails we want to take. So should be a fun time though. I like it over here. It's fun. There's a lot of miles in this system. I've seen some complaints that they're all road routes. That's really not true. I think there's like 36 miles of trail. Would we like to see more trail? Absolutely. And we're always working on that, but it is what it is. That said, a lot of these forest roads, I defy you to show me they're any different from most of the trails in most of these areas, so there's a case for why are the trails in Wisconsin so smooth? That's a good question. I could honestly get into that, but that's not for this video. That might be another day. But my comment to that is we're all looking at that too, and how we can create more challenging experiences up here in northern Wisconsin. So bear with us, we're working on it. So here we hop on to the trail. Don't go down that way, that's just somebody's driveway. This is the trail here. This will take you out to the old railroad grade. We had quite a bit of rain here. When was that? Saturday, I think. So dust is not too much of an issue right now, thankfully. It's been kind of a dusty year. You have those sometimes, you know. But anyway, I don't know. I enjoy the putting miles on up here. It is a lot of fun. It's different, you know, and that's something I will highlight. Is this area is not, you know, it's not s'more, it's not the wind rock. These trails are nowhere near like what most of their trails are. That said, what we do make up, or what we do lack in rugged trail, we do make up for in miles. I mean, by the time I'm done with this video today, I'll be well over 100 miles. So I'm at 40.2 according to that, which I know is off. So we haven't even really, maybe we've gone halfway. No, we haven't gone halfway. At any rate, so, you know, like I say, if you're looking for a challenge system, it's something we're looking at. But maybe consider the fact that you can do 200 miles in a day to be its own unique challenge. Some people aren't interested in that, but I don't know, it's actually kind of fun. You know, taking a ride, sitting in this seat for 200, you know, 250 miles, that's a long trek. Like I say, these aren't the toughest trails, but they're still, I mean, these are by no means asphalt tracks, so. Yeah, and here's where we connect up with the Highline board. trail section. As you can see, it's all sand. It gets whooped out fairly quickly. They groom this trail a lot. It doesn't really matter. It still gets whooped out pretty bad. That's interesting. That gate's open. So that said, it being whooped out and washboarding, I guess a couple thoughts I have for you that struggle or do not like that. One is play around with your suspension, adjust the tuning. Sometimes, especially if you've never touched it, look around, see what other people are doing with their setup. Oh boy, here we go. Well, we're gonna have to come back and trim that up. All right, anyway, so talking about, you know, riding in washboard and whoops. Look at what other people are, if you're running stock suspension, see what other people are tuning theirs to. Making changes to your suspension can make huge changes to the overall ride, you know? My personal opinion is I'm not a big fan of the factory suspensions. Oh boy, I don't know. Let's see what we got here. Oh, Jesus. Oh, man. That was something right there. So I knew this was here. They have a problem up ahead with a beaver dam or a beaver that's building a dam that is washing this trail out. Okay, Gunner, well, round two. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that's crazy. That's the good stuff right there, isn't it? Oh, man. All right, I gotta take a moment to reflect on that. I am soaked. So the moral of the story, if you don't like water, don't go on the Adams Road section. and run the railroad grade. That's what this used to be. It used to be an old railroad grade. You're probably going to get wet. So, although I don't know how much longer, because they've already talked about dealing with that. It actually was dealt with once this year. But those damn beavers, you know, they're just so committed to their job. So the dam will have to get torn apart again. So anyway, I was talking about suspension. Like I say, typically the stock stuff is almost the bare minimum they can get away with to put it on your machine and call it a suspension, you know? So in the case of my ATV, that has Elka Stage 3 shocks on it. I actually just did a video featuring those shocks as part of my top 5 favorite mods that you should consider for your ATV. So if you feel like checking that out, I'll have an annotation up, you know, somewhere on the screen, somewhere in the top. But for that particular machine, I went with Elka Stage 3s. I'm not disappointed in them. For this machine, I believe it might have even been before I bought it. I kind of researched what people liked and didn't like about them. On these, they typically cite the suspension, specifically the springs. And after taking it on its first ride, I could see what they were saying. I definitely agreed. I did not like the factory springs on it. So I called Bandit UTV. I have a video on that also. I talked to them. They said in their testings they found that the valving was good in the Fox shocks, but the spring that they used just wouldn't keep its tension. And so I kind of told them what I liked, my weight, and how much weight I typically carry in this machine, which isn't much, you know. They highly recommended for me the medium rate springs. They've been on this machine, what? I guess they've been on the machine for a while. They were on before I've had this, what, 3 years? I think it's been 3 years. Huh. I'm pretty sure it's been 3 years in October. So I have, what, at least 2 seasons on these springs, and I love them. They're not too stiff. Oh, that's why I've been trying to go slow. I'm trying to keep you folks dry. if I don't have the cameras going, I just fly through that stuff and don't think twice about it. But I don't like stopping to clean the lens all the time either, so. And nobody likes looking at a dirty video. I mean, you know, that kind of dirty. For the other kind of dirty, our friends at Pornhub would kindly disagree with me. If those folks ever need to sponsor anyone, by the way. So this is going to come out just up the road here, or up the trail. I don't think this is technically trail anymore. This is Torch Lake Road. So if you haven't been here before, this is a good spot to ride from. It's Torch Lake Campground. This was actually built partially with ATV money. For horses, they have a separate campground for you. So don't think for 1 second you guys aren't included out here for recreation, because that is just not true. I will say this place is always packed though. The locals joke about it. The Wi-Fi they have here in the campground is faster than the Wi-Fi that they can get in their homes. It's crazy, but so if you're camping, the Wi-Fi is free also. So shameless plug, come check out our area. Spend your money in Conover. So, and if the name didn't give it away, there is a lake over here. It is in fact called Torch Lake. So if your little rugrats enjoy swimming, there you go, right there. Hit that spot. Oh, this might be as good a time as any to mention. So I do GPS my tracks. And so if you're up here and you don't know the system, you can take my tracks and use them. You can follow them right along. We're hopping back on the railroad grade now. You can use them to plan with, or you can ride right along with my tracks, whatever you want to do. As the system changes, I will, you know, this track will be current for the rest of the 2021 season anyway. I don't see any drastic changes coming for 2022. That said, I always keep my stuff updated, so as we go, you know, keep an eye out on my videos for updated tracks. I don't know. It definitely, I don't know. Like I say, it's hard to tell. My suspension's pretty good. This doesn't seem bad at all to me. Don't go that way. That's somebody's land there. So that's something I should probably mention. We try and get out and cut these trails out when we have storms like we've had this year, a lot of wind and stuff that takes these trees down. We try and get it as fast as we can, but that said, you know, sometimes trees just randomly fall, you know. I was passing my neighbor's house earlier today, and they had a treetop fall out of one of their old evergreens, it looked like. You know, I don't know why it fell down, but it just, apparently today was its day. And so that's kind of what I'm getting at, is sometimes it's stuff just happens. So you always gotta pay attention. Don't go too fast, because there can be at any time a tree in the trail. And if you do come across trees in the trail, you know, like in this case over here, hop on the Landover ATV Club Facebook page and get a hold of Gary Jr. and let him know, hey, there's a tree down, and I don't know, give him a GPS coordinate or tell him which trail you're on, you know, and he'll go and get it. So, but sometimes, you know, people don't tell us, and so we're not psychically connected to the trees, despite what some people would love to tell you, or would love you to believe. So we don't know when one bites the dust and falls on the trail. So that's why we rely on you. All right, so we're gonna head left here. This goes towards County S and County K. So this deal here, this bridge being reconstructed, has been quite the challenge here for us. So this side of Conover, there's no real great ways through it other than K. And so in order to do it, you gotta go all the way around to Hunter Lake and stuff like that. Or if you're trying to go that way to the north, you have to run up towards like Rummel's Road. So I'll let you in on a little secret too up here. Oh, that's actually a little deeper. So for maximum enjoyment up in this neck of the woods, when you want to get some riding in, if you're like me, do it during the week. Come up here and ride during the week. So a lot less traffic. Like right now, I'm actually kind of surprised. I've only passed a few machines between here and my home in Arbor Vitae. So like 2 or 3, so that's a long ways. That's what, on its own that was like 40 miles. So between Arbor Vitae and Eagle River. Oh, Jesus, Gunner. You're a mess. We might have to go find a lake for Gunner.